Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making homemade popcorns. If you like to see how this recipe is achieved, please stay tuned. So for this recipe, I'll be using popping corns. I'll also be using sunflower oil or vegetable oil, whatever oil you have. And I'll be using unsalted butter and sugar for this recipe. So for the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to pour the oil into the pot. You want to make sure the oil is properly heated up before adding the butter. And next I'm just going to add the butter and mix it completely. So you want to make sure the butter is completely melted before adding the next ingredient for this recipe. So after melting the butter, we're just going to be adding the popping corns. And you want to make sure the butter and the oil is properly coated with the corns. You want to properly coat the corns with the oil in the pan. So you just want to keep stirring for a while and make sure it's properly coated on medium heat. If this is your first time visiting my channel, you're welcome. Please support me by subscribing to my channel as I upload new recipes every week. And I'll be glad to have you in the Moguls Meals family. Thank you. So you just want to keep stirring this continuously for about 1 to 2 minutes, like I said, and make sure the corns is properly coated with the butter before covering it up and allowing the corns to pop. So I continually stir this and I'm just going to cover it for a while and give it a good mix again and make sure it's properly heated up. So you want to reduce the heat at this point to low heat. You can see my corns have started popping. So I just add my sugar to it and I'm just going to give it a good mix and I'll allow it to continue popping. So it will start popping gently. You can hear the sound of the corns popping. It's a very good sound. And later on it's gonna continue popping vigorously, like you can see, and I'm gonna stop talking so you guys can hear the sound of these corns popping. So while the corn is popping in the pot, you want to remove the pot from the fire occasionally and just give it a good stir. Just stir the pot continuously, occasionally, from time to time and intervals, and make sure each individual corns get popped and they're not getting burnt. So you just want to keep doing that and keep repeating the process all over again like I'm doing in the video, and just leave it for a while and let it pop. If you're still watching and you've not subscribed to my channel, please support me by subscribing to my channel as I upload new recipes every week, and I'll be glad to have you in the Moguls Meals family. So you can see how this corn is popping. You can see the pot is almost filled with heat. I continuously stirred and stirred to avoid my corn from getting burnt, and they are popping vigorously and my pot is almost full with popping corns, and this looks good already. So if you want to try homemade popcorn, you can give it a go. Trust me, this recipe is easy and simple to follow, and you're gonna have the same result if you follow everything according to what I'm saying and doing in this video. So just keep giving it a good stir and your corn is gonna come out amazing. So this is how my popcorn looks like. It looks good and it's properly cooked. So I'm just gonna take it off the stove and I'm just gonna leave it for a while to cool down. So this is how my popcorn looks like. I'm just gonna pour it and serve it. You can see how crunchy, you can hear how crunchy it sounds. You can see how good it looks. It looks good and it tastes yummy as well. So if you want more sugar, you can add more sugar to your recipe, but look at this pot and see my corns were properly popped and none were burnt. So this is how my corn look like. I'm just gonna add a little bit of golden syrup on it. This is optional. If you don't like it, you can skip this, but I'm gonna leave a description of the ingredients I use in the description box as well. So this is how my popcorn looks like. You can see how good this looks. If you want to snacking for a movie, you can make popcorns at home and they taste good. So I'm just gonna try this and show you a closer look of how this looks like, and it tastes good and yummy as well. And thank you for watching.